Handog ng Radyo Pilipinas World Service ang programang Global na Tayo. Pag-uusapan, hihimayin, aalamin ang mga isyung pinag-uusapan ng bayan at dadalhin sa pandaigdigang plataforma. Global na Tayo, talakayang hindi lang pambansa, bagkus pang global community pa. Global na Tayo, dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service, ang online digital station ng Pilipino saan man sa mundo. Tara na, Global na Tayo!
Muli po, isang masaya at mailit na pagbati mula po dito sa inyong himpilang Radyo Pilipinas World Service, ang online digital platform ng Presidential Broadcast Service Bureau of Broadcast Services. Ako po inyong lingkod, Ray Sampang, muli nag-aanyaya sa isa pang edisyon ng programang Global na Tayo. Kaakibat pa rin namin sa pagsasayang papawid ng programang ito ang ating mga kasamahan sa ating Master Control. Kasama natin of course si Milo Jonela, si Miss Susan Aison. And of course sa Wirecast, kasama natin si Hero. At sa ating audio streaming, kasama naman natin si Erwin. And of course, sa production side pa rin, kasama natin ang ating producer, si Miss Stephanie Vicente. At ang kanyang laging kadikit at laging katuwang kapartner in every committed crime. Hindi. Lagi magpartner po talaga yan. Si Jerome at saka si Stephanie Vicente. Ayan. Hanggang sa pag-uwi, lagi silang magkasama. Okay. Anyway, yan. Yun po ang ating puwersa dito sa ating programa Global na Tayo. Alright, kung kung kayo po sumusubaybay sa atin sa pamamagitan ng ating live Facebook broadcast, magbigay lang po kayo ng inyong komento at opinion dito sa ating mga pag-uusapan na ating tatalakayin ngayong umagang ito. Alright? At syempre, kami po ay masusubaybayan nyo sa iba't ibang mga social media platforms. Kung kayo po ay merong cellphone na gamit na may data at gamit nyo Android or tinatawag na smart yung mga iPhone, pwede po nyo i-download ang ating live audio streaming app. Kung kayo po may gamit na smartphone o yung Android, punta kayo sa Google Play. Kung kayo naman ay may iPhone, punta kayo sa ang tawag dito, Apple Store. Tama? Yan, di ba? Ngayon, pag punta po niyo dun sa mga nasabing mga download apps na yan, sites na yan, doon po sa browser, type nyo lang eBox PBS Receiver. E as in elephant, B as in victory, O as in October, X as in Xerox, then PBS Receiver. Ilagay nyo, type nyo yan sa browser at kapag lumabas na po yan, install nyo yung PBS Audio Receiver at kapag na-install nyo na po yan, lalabas na po dun sa inyong cellphone, naka-download na yan sa inyong cellphone. Makikita nyo yung mga tile icon ng mga himpilan sa ilalim ng Presidential Broadcast Service, Bureau of Broadcast Services, na doon ng RP1, RP2, RP3, FM1, FM2, and of course, ang Radyo Pilipinas World Service. I-tap nyo lang po sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service tile icon at masusubaybayan nyo na po ang mga programa dito sa ating himpilang Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Siyempre, sa Facebook Broadcast Live, doon po sa inyong Facebook browser, type nyo lang Radyo Pilipinas World Service. At sa ating YouTube channel, sa inyong YouTube browser, type nyo lamang Radyo Pilipinas World Service at makikita nyo na po doon ang mga programa ng Radyo Pilipinas sa YouTube, yung mga nakalipas natin programa at mga current programs natin. Parang podcast yan. Pwede nyo balikan yung mga nakalipas na mga programa at features ng ating himpilang Radyo Pilipinas World Service. So, inanyahan ko po kayo, please, like, share, and subscribe. Yan, panoorin nyo, tapos i-like nyo, and then i-share nyo, and then subscribe. Follow us. Follow us dito po sa ating mga social media apps na ito. Maraming salamat po. Alright. Para sa edisyong ito ng ating programa ay makakapanayam natin later on ang ating Philippine Consulate General sa Milan, Italy. At makakasama natin later on si Consul General Elmer Cato ng ating Philippine Consulate General sa Milan. Ito po ay may kaugnayan sa pagkamatay ng ating isang kababayang helper doon, isang 61-year-old na Filipino helper na namatay doon po sa nasabing bansa. At hihingi tayo ng update at hihingi tayo ng mga anumang mga assistance na pwedeng ibigay dito sa ating kababayan na ito para po matulungan siya at ang kanyang pamilya naman na nandito sa Pilipinas. So, ang tabayanan po nyo yan sa pagbabalik ng ating okay, hindi na muna. Diretso na tayo. Nasa linya na pala si Consul General Elmer Cato ng ating Philippine Consulate General sa Milan. Magandang umaga po mula dito sa Pilipinas, Consul General Cato. Si Ray Sampang po
Yes.
ulit ito sa programang Global na Tayo.
Good morning. Good morning dyan sa Manila, Ray. Kumusta?
Good morning po, Consul General Cato. Okay naman po dito sa Manila. And we hope the same goes to you at sa ating Philippine Consul General dyan, Consul General dyan sa Milan. Well, napatawag po kami, Consul General Cato, upang makahingi lang po ng update tungkol dito sa sinapit ng ating 63-year-old na Filipino helper na namatay nung nakalipas na Sabado dahil sa isang pagnanakaw. Any updates on this, Consul General Cato?
Yes, Ray, nakakalungkot nga nung Lunes, sinalubong kami nung balita na isang kababayan natin, 61 years old, Angelito Manansala, was found dead in an apartment where he was working part-time. Apparently napasukan to ng isang Gambian national at naging sanhi nung kanyang pagkamatay. Based on the information that we received, itong si Angelito ay taga Batangas and Baguio, at he's been here in Italy for the past 6 years. And he's been working part-time, hindi to full-time household employee. Kumisa nag-fill in lang sa mga job requirements sa mga bahay-bahay. So in this particular case, he was asked to look after an apartment was occupied by an Israeli family na nagbakasyon. At part ng kanyang trabaho is to also take care of the pet dog of the family. And that Easter weekend, pumasok siya, and he was supposed to meet some of his close friends here in Milan on Sunday, on Easter Sunday, but hindi na sumasagot. So based on the accounts, dumating yung kanyang employer nung almost 6 p.m. nung Sunday and found Angelito dead in one of the rooms. And nung nandun siya sa loob, may nakita niya yung suspect. At the suspect tried to attack him too, but he was able to get out of the apartment and call the police. And nalock niya yung pinto kaya hindi makalabas yung suspect. So nahuli yung suspect ng mga police. We heard about the news on Monday morning and we immediately checked our databases for information on Angelito at na-trace namin yung emergency contact person dito sa Milan, and pumunta sa konsulado, nakausap namin, we expressed our condolences and offered the necessary assistance since he's a Filipino citizen. The Office of the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration here in Milan, sa pangunguna ni Welfare Officer Pat Bergado, have promised to shoulder the repatriation of the remains of our kababayan.
Okay, all right.
Naka-ready rin yung ating Department of Foreign Affairs at Department of Migrant Workers to assist. At kahapon nagpadala nga kami ng request sa Office of the Undersecretary for Migrant Affairs, sa Department of Foreign Affairs, sa pangunguna ni Undersecretary Ed De Vega, ng financial assistance for Angelito. Kasi nga nasabi ko, hindi siya full-time employee. Medyo matanda na. So kakailanganin nung family yung assistance, especially dyan pag na-ewi na natin siya. Pinuntahan rin natin sa morgue to check, to identify him, kasama yung mga kasama niya rito, at magkakaroon ng autopsy sa Saturday. So yung nakakalungkot dito, we found out that the Gambian national who suspected to have strangled him to death, was arrested just an hour before he broke into
Ala.
the apartment building. Nahuli na siya ng mga police.
Nahuli na.
But
So,
since wala daw nakitang evidence sa kanya, pinakawalan. And soon enough, pumasok doon sa apartment naman ni Angelito at ganun nga yung nangyari. Apparently, Angelito was not inside the apartment when the suspect entered. He was walking the dog. So most likely, pag dating niya, yun, nagkaroon ng struggle based on the information provided by his friends. Si Angelito, street fighter.
Okay.
Parang nakikipag-compete yan sa Pilipinas ng kanyang kabataan. So malamang lumaban. Kaso, it seems that the suspect was taller and probably
Bigger.
stronger than him. Kasi sinabi sa amin, parang hindi maganda yung health ni Angelito at that time, para may sakit. So he was believed to have been strangled to death. But the suspect stayed. Yun yung nakakapagtaka.
Oo nga.
So umaga nangyari yan. So it's assumed to have happened at around 8 a.m. Yung insidente. But nakakapagtaka, the suspect was still at the apartment when the employer arrived. Maybe 10 hours later, no?
Yes.
So yun yung hindi pa nasasagot kung bakit nagstay doon. Probably he was waiting for the employer or was taking his time, but he was taking his time, di ba?
Masyadong
Too
matagal
long.
yun.
So, yung suspect, may history na ng arrests, may drug issues din. Pero he's legally present here in Italy. So may papel. So yun, nakakalungkot at yung gagawin natin, nakaantabay kami. We will be present sa Sabado when the autopsy is conducted with friends and family members
Okay.
present here in Milan.
All right. Ambassador, Consul General Cato, so when can we expect na ma-repatriate ang body nitong ating kababayan na ito pabalik sa Pilipinas?
Well, it depends, kasi criminal case to, there's an ongoing investigation, but since the suspect has been arrested, so most likely it's case closed. So, alam natin, autopsy is on Saturday, so it depends on the arrangements also that would be made by his associates here in Milan. So, if everything goes well, most likely next week or the other week. So, pero mabilis naman yan eh. Hopefully after the autopsy, i-release na yung remains, and we're in touch with his friends and associates, relatives dito sa Milan.
And the repatriation expenses and all itong repatriation expenses will be shouldered by the embassy?
Tatlo nga kaming pwede eh. So, although he's not an active OWA member, he was formerly an overseas worker in Singapore. So, former OWA member. So, OWA offered to cover the cost of repatriation. In cases like this, alam naman natin may Department of Migrant Workers ngayon, which takes care of yung repatriation and other assistance that could be offered to OFWs. DFA also comes in to do the same for non-OFWs. So we've always been telling our kababayan here in Milan, in northern Italy, na they should not worry if something happens. Sabi ko nga, whether you're here legally or illegally, whether you're documented or undocumented, dead or alive, as long as you're Filipino citizen, we will bring them home. So yan yung nangyari dito kay Angelito. Once we saw the news, it's a Filipino, and nakita namin yung pangalan niya sa mga reports, we immediately check our database, and nakita namin yung emergency contact person, tinawagan namin kaagad to, of course, as I've said, offer our condolences and see what assistance we could offer.
Pero yung pong family niya dito sa Pilipinas are informed na already doon sa
Yes.
dito sa mga
They
ginagawa
were
ngayon.
immediately informed.
Okay.
So, Angelito was previously married, but we were told the marriage has been annulled. May anak na nasa Baguio, may kapatid na nasa Manila. So, those were informed within hours after he passed. So, nung Sunday evening na convey na yan, actually, nangyari yung incident initially, we thought, based on the initial reports, we thought it was Saturday, but it happened Sunday morning. And na-discover remains Sunday evening. And yung mga kasama niya rito, nakita yung report nga na sa news na may namatay na Filipino, 61 years old, dito sa nangyari malapit dun sa Arco de la Pace, no? Sa Parco Sempione. So, nung nalaman nila yun, pumunta dun sa lugar, and yun nga, si Angelito pala, kasi hindi sumasagot sa phone.
Alright.
They've been trying to call him since morning, hindi na sumasagot.
Iyon. And that caused the alarm do sa kanya, mga kakilala, mga kababayan, na puntahan siya. Alright. Pero napakaano po, Consul Cato, na the suspect, yung tinatawag po nating yung Ghanaian, yung Gambian citizen, nag-stay pa ng 10 hours mahigit doon sa
Yes, so,
doon sa lugar, sa crime scene.
Siguro dahil sinasabi nga dahil siguro drug addict. So, at saka malakas daw So nung pumasok yung mga pulis ng laban,
Nako. Okay.
so nag-request pa ng additional police support and tinaser siya. Kaya na-subdue. Baka naka-drugs, kaya malakas yung suspect.
Yes, alright. Okay. Well, of course, alam naman po namin na nakatutok dyan. Nakatutok po kayo dyan, ang ating Philippine Consulate General sa Milan. And of course, kayo po dyan as our Consul General, dyan sa sinapit ng ating kababayang Pilipino dyan. At hopefully sabi nyo nga, if not next week, sa mga susunod na linggo, siguro bago matapos itong buwan na to, or early
hopefully,
week ng May,
gusto
makauwi
naman
na.
natin mabilis
Yes,
talaga yung pagpapauwi. So, dito naman, our kababayan have the option to get buried here or be repatriated. And we've been assisting a number of kababayan since the start of the year sa repatriation. Noong January nga, I don't have the exact figures right now, but noong January, first few days pa lang, I think umabot ng 6 yung kababayan nating namatay dito, and we assisted in their repatriation primarily through OWA, kasi active OFW yung mga namatay nating mga kababayan.
Alright. Okay. Now, Consul General Cato, going to other topics, dadakuin naman po namin ngayon itong patuloy na isinasagawa nating online voting, itong overseas online voting natin for the midterm elections. Malapit na po, ilang linggo na lang, magmamayo na at magsisimula na. We will cast the vote for the midterm elections. Kamusta po ang overseas voting natin dyan? Online voting po ba tayo, Consul General Cato?
Yung Milan and the rest of Italy, tatlo kaming mga foreign service posts dito, our embassy in Rome, our embassy at the Vatican, and ang consulate general natin dito sa Milan. Lahat kami online voting yung mode of voting for the midterm elections. So far okay naman. Of course, you'll always have the initial confusion, and especially this is a new mode of voting that we're undertaking for the 2025 national elections. Although we've been trying to disseminate information as early as November nung nagka-field testing yung COMELEC dito, marami sa ating kababayan pa rin yung, one, hindi alam, two, nahihirapan dun sa pag-enroll ng kanilang cellphones at ibang mobile devices. They find it a bit complicated. Kaya, since the start of the overseas voting noong April 13, the consulate has been open every day of the week, Monday to Sunday, even holidays. until May 12 para ma-accommodate natin yung mga kababayan natin na nahirapan mag-enroll o may katanungan. So we've had a steady stream of qualified overseas voters who have been coming to the consulate for help sa pre-enrollment, and also pag nandyan na, bumuboto na rin within our premises. So kahapon, marami, tinagsa kami kahapon, kasi yung Monday was Easter Monday, it was a holiday here. So marami sa ating mga kababayan either nag-out of town, nakasama ng mga employers, so nakabalik. So marami nagpunta ng konsulado kahapon to get help in pre-enrolling their devices and also voting. We have close to 20,000 registered voters dito sa Northern Italy, no? Yung mga areas under the jurisdiction of the consulate. Hindi ko ma-disclose kung ilan na yung bumoto, ilan yung nag-enroll.
Yes.
Pero of course, patas ng pataas yan. And what we're doing is to encourage kababayan to vote early. Alam mo naman tayo, last minute palagi, di ba?
Maski sa ibang bansa, dala natin yan.
Of course, may mga issues dyan na amin naman tinutugunan. We make sure we explain to our kababayan yung mga katanungan nila. Sinasagot namin very thoroughly, talagang we have to patiently explain to them, ito po yung proseso, ganito po yung pag-enroll, may question sila on the security ng kanilang boto, and we've been telling them what the COMELEC told us in November. Kasi sabi nila baka hindi secure yung online voting. We tell them, if you trust your online banking, di ba? Well, ganun din yan. Yan yung assurance na binigay sa atin ng COMELEC na parang online banking rin yan. So, if you trust your bank, di ba? Let's trust the COMELEC. So, we've been encouraging them to come out, enroll their devices, and then cast their votes.
Alright. Okay. So, sana nga po, ilang linggo na lang kasi, no? Consul General Cato.
Isabi ko nga kahapon nung nag-meeting kami, we have to anticipate yung surge. So, baka biglang May 12, nandyan sila lahat. We also did mobile service 2 weekends ago. Nasa Bologna kami. So, nagsagawa kami ng assistance sa pre-enrollment and voting. And we've asked the help of members of the Filipino community here. Tulungan kaming mag-disseminate ng information and turuan na yung ating mga kababayan. Kuminsan kasi they're impatient na nagkakaroon ng technical issues. But nakakapasok rin naman. Kung yung sinasabing, ang dali lang pala. Of course, we have to counter rin yung mga wrong information.
Yes.
May calls for yung wag tayo bumoto kasi may dayan. So
Yes.
we're trying to address those. And we're happy naman so far with the turnout. And hopefully in the coming days, leading to the elections, marami sa ating kababayan yung boboto pa rin. We've been telling them, sayang naman yung boto nyo
Yes,
kung hindi
totoo
kayo
po yun.
bumoto, di ba? So, pipilitin natin na as many kababayan here in Northern Italy as possible would be able to come out and exercise their right to vote.
Yes. Totoo po yun. Consul General Cato na. Kasi our overseas Filipino workers have been clamoring for this for decades and decades, no? Na makaboto sila sa mga eleksyon natin dito. Kasi lang ang problema, di ba, Consul General Cato, sinasabi nila, ang layo kasi ng embassy. Ganito, ganyan, hindi kami makapunta. But this time, kaya na-introduce nga itong online voting na ito para mas madali na, hindi na nila problemahin pa yung pupunta pa sa embahada on the day mismo nang gusto nilang bumoto. So malaking bagay po ito para sa kanila ito They clamored for this, and I hope, sabi nyo nga, sana nga po i-take advantage nila para hindi masayang itong opportunity na ito. But
tama ka dyan. We've been telling them we've been involved in previous elections from yung physical voting sa embassy with the physical ballot. But syempre, most of our kababayan, some of whom have been here for decades, still think that that's the proper way to vote. But have experienced yung 2022 elections. I was Consul General in New York. Ano? Ang hirap, lalo na sa mga kasama natin sa ating mga embahada at konsulado, na we have to mail out nung last elections, presidential elections, it was postal voting sa US. So we have to mail out yung mga balota. Then hintayin pa natin, nagka-problema tayo dahil may delay sa arrival ng ballots. COVID time pa yun, nagka-COVID kami lahat, but we were working overtime just to make sure that the ballots would reach yung registered voters. May mga ballots na hindi nakarating. May mga ballots na nakarating naman, pero hindi nakarating sa amin sa konsulado. So we have to make adjustments to allow kababayan to go to the consulate and vote. Yun nga yung sinasabi mong hassle, ano? They have to go to the consulate or go to the post office. So we've been explaining, itong online voting is more convenient for you. It's easier and convenient. Diba? So hindi na ho kayo kailangan pumunta sa konsulado para bumoto. But as I've said, marami old-fashioned pa rin. Diba? Yung alam mo na yan, yung mga, lalo na yung mga medyo matatanda na, na pumupunta sa mga presinto dyan. So kahit paano, they want to feel na napunta sila sa isang presinto, bumoto kahit online. So, yun yung inaano natin. We're trying to address. And kuminsan nga, marami kami nakukuhang questions na paano daw mag-register. Wala sila. But we've been telling them, 2 years po yung registration period that ended in September. So, nakikita mo yung may information gaps. So, hindi umaabot yung information sa kanila. Although maraming followers yung ating mga social media platforms, hindi lahat nagbabasa. Kung nagbabasa man, hindi naiintindihan. So talagang you have to patiently explain to them, ito po yung proseso, wala na pong physical ballot. And then nagtatanong naman. So kailangan talagang address mo yung concerns. Once you explain naman, then okay na.
Alright.
Kaya sa konsulado, no, it takes 15 minutes for us to help our kababayan enroll and vote. Pero marami sa amin nakatutok doon. Kahapon nga dahil marami yung dumating. So yung ibang makasamahan natin na naka-assign sa ibang tasks went in to assist yung mga botante natin. Ano? So happy naman kami. So hopefully, as I've said, yung goal natin is to get as many kababayan of ours who are qualified voters here in Milan and other parts of northern Italy to take part in this democratic process of ours.
All right. With that, Consul General Elmer Cato, we would like to thank you for your valuable time, sa pagpapaunlak po ninyo sa amin dito sa ating programang Global na Tayo. Maraming salamat po. Any message po?
Dito lang kami.
Opo.
Just let us know.
Thank you very much, Consul General Elmer Cato. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ang ating pong naging panayam sa ating Philippine Consulate General in Milan, walang iba kundi si Consul General Elmer Cato. At sa pamamagitan po niya, tayo po ay magpipinid na ng isa pang edisyon ng Global na Tayo. Sa ngalan po ng lahat ng ating nakaakibat, sa ating Master Control, sa Wirecast Operator, sa ating live audio streaming, ano po sa ating mga producer, na si Jerome at si Jerome at si Steph, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsubaybay hanggang sa isa pang edisyon ng Global na Tayo.
Handog ng Radyo Pilipinas World Service ang programang Global na Tayo. Pag-uusapan, hihimayin, aalamin ang mga isyung pinag-uusapan ng bayan at dadalhin sa pandaigdigang plataforma. Global na Tayo, talakayang hindi lang pambansa, bagkus pang global community pa. Global na Tayo, dito sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service, ang online digital station ng Pilipino saan man sa mundo. Tara na, Global na Tayo.